The first stretch that we're going to start with today is a hand and wrist stretch. This is designed to just get some space in the wrist and through the fingers, particularly people who use hands a lot, especially in a repetitive motion. This can be really beneficial for. So to do this, I want you to open your palm up towards the sky and extend your arm just straight. It doesn't have to be overly straight. It can be bent a little bit. But with the other hand, I want you to grab onto your thumb while keeping the palm up, and then just pull back gently on it. You're gonna feel the thumb moving back, and you don't want it to hurt at all, but you just wanna feel the stretch through the thumb area. Then you'll take a few breaths in this one, and then we'll exchange all the way to the index finger. Once we're here, again, just kind of pull back, keep the arm a little bit bent, maybe straight. You don't want it really bent because you want to use the leverage here, so you can feel your wrist moving back, you can feel your finger moving back, and it's opening in that part of your arm, probably all the way through your forearm. Let's go ahead and switch to the middle finger. Again, just pulling back until you can feel kind of a good stretch. Taking some intentional breaths and just a moment to reflect kind of on the sensations that you're feeling. You can exchange to the ring finger. All the while just kind of being mindful of your feet and your legs. Try and relax those as we switch to the pinky. Keeping, the palm is not gonna stay facing up towards the sky because you're allowing the wrist to bend open a little bit, but it's still, if you would release, be facing up towards the sky. So we'll switch directions, maybe just roll the shoulders back 2-3 times, and then roll them back to front, and then we'll switch because it gets a little tiring. So the left hand, palm up towards the sky. Go ahead and grab onto the thumb with your right hand, allowing the wrist to be free as you pull the thumb towards your body. And then we'll switch to the index finger, feeling the stretch through the forearm, acknowledging the sensations and just that openness feeling that we experience when we just take a few minutes to be in our body spaces. Switching to the middle finger if you haven't already. Taking a nice big breath. Switching to the ring finger. Not forcing the wrist back or anything, but gently opening up through the hand. And I'm kind of hanging on to where the knuckle, I'm switching to the pinky, the knuckle of the finger, the middle knuckle, and then from there to the top of the finger, so it provides that little leverage as you're here. One more breath in, and then release. Let's shrug the shoulders a little bit, lift them up towards your ears, and then release them. We're gonna get some neck stretch in this next one. So move the right ear towards the right shoulder, and sometimes we're tempted to pull the shoulder up as we do this. Keep the shoulders level as you can. You can close your eyes here, you can keep them open, really whatever works for you. You can bring your right hand, if you're sitting on a chair, on the chair next to you or on the floor. You can even really gently set your hand kind of on your head. You do not want to pull, but just that extra weight is a little way to further the stretch a little bit more. And then we're going to bring it back. Neutral spine. And then we'll switch. Left ear towards the left shoulder. Recognize that right shoulder, what it wants to do, but then control it. Just let it relax. You can stay right here if you can feel that through the shoulder and all the way up through the back of the head. Or you can gently bring the left hand to set a little bit of weight on the head, or maybe you move it over on the floor or on the chair, finding a nice big breath, and then bringing it back to a neutral spine. Gaze is just very much forward right now. And what we're going to do next is bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, again, keeping both shoulders level, and then bringing just gently the chin down towards the chest, and then gently, almost like a big U, like a wide U. So then the left ear comes over to the left shoulder. And then bring it over again. Nice big breath, inhale here. And then on the exhale, a slow exhale. One more nice big breath here. And then exhale. Back to the center and upright. Great. The next one is going to be in our hips and in our legs. So if you want to sit on a chair, you can do this while sitting on the floor as well. But I'm going to start by sitting in a chair. Feet are flat on your mat. You can have shoes on, you can be barefoot, whatever works. The spine is tall, so no hunching or leaning back. You just want it to be really nice and neutral. Again, shoulders relaxed. Bring the right ankle over the left knee. This is a figure 4 pose or a figure 4 stretch. And this might be a really just good for you here. If you are a little bit more flexible, you can forward fold, but try and really hinge from your hips. So once you get to a place where you can feel the stretch, you can just stay right there. Take one big breath in and exhale. One more breath here. So getting into our bodies with breath and movement can really provide a lot of grounding. When there's a lot of unknowns around, it can feel complicated and like what's happening because there's new issues that we're dealing with. And when we get into our body and our breath, it can really provide just ease throughout the mind. So, and calmness through that fight and flight response. So if you switch sides here, if you want to stay in your chair, you can. You want your leg, your shin to be somewhat level. You don't want it, way up here if you can help it. And then you can stay upright. If this is where the stretch feels, if you're feeling it, just stay there. If you are a little bit more flexible, I've done this a time or two, you can, just fold forward just a little bit, hinging from the hips. Like I said, you can do this on the floor. So if you do, I'll show you, you can do this sitting up. Support yourself with your hands behind you and pull your ankle up to your right knee. Again, supporting here with your palms all the way down. You don't want to hurt your wrists, so you want your palm of your hand to be down. You keep your shoulders back so your spine is nice and neutral. And then you can kind of play around actually here. You can move your hips a little bit closer to your foot or further away from your foot, whatever feels good. We'll do one more inhale and exhale. Good, go ahead and release. The last pose for today or stretch that we're gonna do is a nice stretch through the spine. So again, you can do this sitting in a chair. That's perfect. You wanna have your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. You want your spine to be upright again, the top of your head reaching up, your gaze forward, and we're gonna breathe your arms up, inhale, and we're gonna twist left hand to your right knee and your right hand down behind your body, and you can support yourself, just keeping your shoulders relaxed. You can set your hand right on your knee, or you can even open your body up a little bit more here. We're gonna do this a couple times. Bring it back up with the inhale. And then exhale, down. Right hand to the left knee, spine tall. Breath in and breath out. Opening just to a spot where you can feel your back. It's good. It feels nice. You're grounded through your feet and through your behind on your seat or on the floor, through your hands, and then bringing it back. We'll do this one more time. Inhale to the center, exhale, left hand to right knee open, relaxing the shoulders, spine is opening, chest is open. Bring it back to the center, and then exhale, other side, right hand to the left knee. Knees are still hip width apart, shoulders are relaxed. We might feel like we want to tense them up a little bit. That's okay if you feel like that. Just notice and then try and relax them as you open, and then we'll just bring it back to a neutral spine. Thank you so much for practicing today, and I wish you wellness always.